Welcome back to Blam Blam Truckers. This is Beas. How y'all doing today? So, what I wanted to do today was go over the changes between Everquest from P99 and back in the day to Everquest today. And there's mostly the quality of life changes. So, I don't have a current account, so I'm doing a free play account right now. And I should be able to cover most of this except for X targets, but we'll see. So, this is the load in screen. All very exciting. Shouldn't be all that different from P99. It's quite a bit different from way back in the day, quarter of a century ago. Same old loading screen with randomly looking for graphics. Yeah. All right, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to click on it. So you're going to get a quest journal. This doesn't happen when you're hopping on a TLP, but you get into this immediately it happens eventually on a TLP, but you jump into it immediately when you start a brand new game on live. So, oh, I do have extended targets. Awesome. And what is this? Okay, that is a whole bunch of stuff I'm not going to be doing right away, but this is keeping track of my quests as well. That's pretty cool. So let's move this up and out of the way. Well, actually, let's bring it center screen here. So DB is the store, EQ accesses the game itself. So Daybreak is the name of the company that owns EverQuest right now. So we click on that and it takes us to our Daybreak where we can buy stuff in-game for in-game use. You need Daybreak cash. I've got some funds left over. If you subscribe, you get 500 a month to use, and I haven't used a lot of it. There's all sorts of cool things, so this stuff can be bought right now, but all sorts of... It's not pay to win. That's one of the key things about EverQuest is it threads that line between pay to win and not pay to win, and just cool stuff you can buy. So you can buy titles. There's different services you can buy, like Potion of Disgenderment allows you to change your gender. Race Change Scroll allows you to swap to another race. Character Transfer Token will allow you to go to another server. There's restrictions on that with TLPs. There's no restrictions with all the live servers right now. Don't know what the bail mark does. So we click over to General. 20 bail marks. Each bail mark will pay for 15 minutes of mercenary upkeep. Okay. There's mercenaries in the later game. This is really a guide for coming back to the TLP, which is what I'm going to be doing. So, yeah. This is the DB store. There are potions you can buy. A bottle of Alacrity. Open this package to create a level appropriate bottle of Alacrity to a maximum of 65. This potion will increase your attack speed for the next 4 hours. So you've got your bottles of adventure, which are just EXP boosts. And you can get a bottle of adventure 1, 2, or 3. 3 brings you all the way up to 50% boost. And then you have your bottle of shared adventure, which gives everybody in the group a taste of shared EXP. This is the closest thing they have on here for pay to win, in my opinion, because it's not just flavor, it's this section here that gives you a little bit of a boost. So you get experience a little bit faster. I don't really recommend grabbing these for your first toon because you want to actually play the game. You don't just want to zip up to, max level and not know what you're doing with your character. Your second toon, your third toon, your 50th toon, yeah, you're probably going to want some of these. The game is fun, but I also kind of want to get my guy to the same level as the rest of my guild or friend group or whatever and play with them. So, bottle of Alacrity, bottle of Health Pack, yeah, bottle of Speed, that's run speed, Clarity, bottle of Endless Air, so you don't have to keep doing underwater breathing spells or potions from inside the game. Anyway, you can go through this at your leisure. Overseer. This is for the game Overseer inside the game. Mounts. These are mounts. They are no faster than the fastest mount in the game. Some of them have a buff, but again, it's not game changing. It's nice. You don't have to save up. You can pay cash to get something that otherwise you would have to grind to get the, um, not EXP, platinum, the money that you would have to take to, that it would cost to buy it. Instead, you can just use your funds that you get from paying. Membership. So these are called chrono. They give you game time, and you'll notice these are actually paid for in game. Oh, thanks. And the advertisement that comes up every single time when you're not signed up to buy access. So you can actually buy access inside the game. Eldon prize cards. Oh, I'm sorry, not Eldon, just Lon. This is a game inside the game. Housing. This is stuff for inside your house. Make your house look cool. That won't be a thing until the expansion comes out that you actually can buy housing, and I don't remember what expansion that is off the top of my head. Gear. These are gear that makes you look good. So, consigned gloves appropriate to your level. I don't think they actually have any stats on them. They just look better and better and better. So, something to think about. Food and drink. Again, okay, so it does have some stats on it. These are food with stats on it. Party keg. Some is a party keg that will give the owner 30 bottles of party ale, and anyone that gets near 10 bottles of party ale. This item is consumed after one use. It's a one-time thing. Familiars. These guys just follow you around. They're pets. They're not combat pets, which is why they have a different name for them. But this is a preview of what they look like. So you can have a little sprite following you around, or a mummy, or whatever that is, or a tiger. So if we turn it, nope, that just moves him. This will turn him. Yeah, look at that tiger spin. That'd be pretty neat to have following you around. A soul reaper, a werewolf, and a tree ant, or treant, or however you pronounce it. You can buy expansions in here. The collector's edition has some really nice bonuses to it. You can buy bags in here. There's a 40 slot bag, but it's got no weight reduction. And this is a 32 slot bag with 100% weight reduction. Something to think about. Journeyman's rucksack, 28 giant atoms at 100% weight reduction. Quorum starter pack. This package contains 4 28 slot bags, 2 bottles of Adventure 2, 1 double faction potion, and 1 metamorph totem merc lighter. So it's got some stuff to it. So there is some impact on the game, not a ton. Appearances. So, some of these ones transform your pet, and some of them transform you. I think Metamorph transforms your pet if you have an in-game pet like a mage or a beast lord, beastmaster, beast lord, or a necro. You use the wand, and you can use it over and over again and make your pet look weird. But there's also polymorph, and that works on you. So if you want to look like this, that's not bad. Is this new? That's pretty cool. Huh. Regal Vampire. This was in the game last time I was playing. If you move him right, so you zoom in, you can see he's got a little bit, oops, move him down a little bit more. Oh, I guess he doesn't have blood on his face. I thought he did. But yeah, you can actually make yourself look like a vampire. This is particularly useful. These polymorph wands are particularly useful for characters who play, for players who play as like ogres. Because ogres are gigantic, and these will polymorph you into a smaller size. Female vampire. Oops. Move her down a little bit more. Spin her around. Yeah. Metamorph, that's a pet. You can turn your pet into a polar bear. Metamorph, again, for pets, you can have a gingerbread man, an undead gingerbread man running around. That's kind of weird. Polymorph is for people. You can make yourself look like this thing. What is that thing? looks like Disney Atlantis, one of the characters from that, with Michael J. Fox. Polymorph, another one. I guess that's male and that's female. What is this? Phantom Froglock. Ugh, look at that ghoulish little froglock. That's what you can turn yourself into. There you go. Some more pets, which are pretty cool. Forest Fairy. Yeah, imagine going from an ogre to this thing. That's actually, I would find that hilarious. Huh. Any more polymorphs in here? Here's this chick again, but in a different dress. Siren Sorceress. This has been in the game for a long time now. What is this guy? That is freaky looking. Look at that. I'm a scary winged monster. Fallen Knight. This was very, very popular for a polymorph for when I was playing, from when I first started playing back in 2018, 2019, whenever it was with Mangler. And you would see these guys, and I had no idea what it was, and all this had to be explained to me. Not that it's a rough explanation. I mean, I'm showing you guys right now. We're 2 seconds into the video. Well, probably more than 2 seconds. I think that's it for polymorphs. Yeah. There might be one or two more. And then this is just armor. All this stuff is armor. And no preview available. So none of this stuff has any stats on it that I know of. Yeah, they're just, it changes your appearance. It can give you a constant look appearance, but they're called augments, and augments like this won't come into the game until, I want to say, Eldon or so. Yeah. All items. So this is everything. Player Studio. Not sure. I think we're looking at a bunch of stuff for houses, and yeah, this is stuff for housing. Maybe some other stuff, I don't know. And then new and featured, Bottle of Adventure 2, Argent Clockwork Puma saddle. So this will let you ride a Puma. See, Silver Clockwork Puma mount that grants the Azia buff until Secrets of Fadar launches, at which point it will grant the Beas buff. Both buffs increase total mana, total endurance, maximum health, all saves except corruption and armor class, which is pretty nice to have, but again, you can get the same thing by leveling in game. It may not look the same, but you can get those buffs. That is a really cool look. I like that. I should buy this, but I won't. I don't know what I'm saving my stuff for, but there you go. Year of Dark Paw banner. Nice. So that's the DB store. This is EQ. Now this brings up your menus, and you can bring up, instead of having to use the bar up here, you can just click on EQ and find the bar you're looking for to bring up. You can set alarms. Let's bring that to the middle of the screen. Please warn me after this time passes. So many hours, so many minutes, or you can set a time. And it makes a little announcement for you. What else? You can bring up things you're missing, like the compass there, and it'll tell you Alt-D brings the compass up and down, but it gets rid of the compass. That's right here. So I'll just hit Alt-D, and the compass comes back. So now you always know. You don't have to hit sense heading a million times anymore. You'll always know what direction you're facing. North, east, south, west. North. That's pretty cool. All right. So what else is going on here? You can get to the option screen from here, but it's easier, I find, to just use this. Or hit Alt-O. So you've got your options menu here. You can copy, like if I wanted to change my layout, I hit copy layout in options, and I can go to one of my other characters, and I can just take their layout. I'm not going to do that because quite frankly, I don't plan on playing this character. And when you do, it takes about a minute, minute and a half. That's like 90 seconds for the on my computer anyway, for it to load up. It might be faster on your computer. So we're going to hit X, get out of that. Oh, you want to, where is it? I always have it set, but I always have auto split on, pet window, blah, blah, blah. Huh. Where is it? Loot all, so I don't have to worry about confirmations, but it comes that way. You don't have to click that. You want to give permissions about your corpse. That allowing other people to drag it. I changed my commands here with some keys. And you can, it's really quite versatile what you can do. All right. Am I just not seeing it? And there's a whole UI skin thing that they have. You can really customize the game if you want to. I don't, but other people do. Views, for instance, if he brought his window up for EQ, it would look totally different from this. This is pretty close to the standard. I've moved the windows around, but I haven't really changed anything. Blah, blah, blah. There. Why can't I remember what it was I wanted you guys to see here? Oh, bag sell and bag sell contents. So when you're at a vendor, you can actually, I think it's control click will sell everything in your backpack to the vendor that can be sold. That's pretty cool. That's a new change. Is it here? There's something that allows you give permission for anyone in a group or anyone in a zone to move your corpse. Auto consent, something like that. I'm just not seeing it. Bag sell, log out over parcel. Oh well. That's okay. I'll find it later or I won't. All right, so the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is email inside the game, which is, come on, where are you at? Here you are. The thing that actually looks like a letter right there. So I don't have any email right now, but you can send email to different servers, different characters. Don't have any deleted items. You can't send items through email, but you can go to a parcel vendor and sell items and send items as well. So one of the things I wanted to show you guys was this extended targets menu. Now what this does, let's move this where I'd like it to actually be, which is up in the corner and out of the way. So you can put whatever you want pretty much into the extended targets window. If you don't do anything, if you leave it as is, auto hater means anyone nearby any mob nearby who doesn't like you will come onto your X targets window. And so you can just click them. Now, so basically, it's like your group window, but your group window has everybody in it, so you can click it easily, except it's for the bad guys who are nearby you, which I think is really cool. On a TLP, you won't get X targets until level 20, but when level 20 comes, this is a great thing to have. So if we right-click on this, you can go for your target's target. That'll show up. So you'll have your target up at the top, and then your target's target, you could put him in the number 2 slot. But what I normally do is in the number 1 spot, if I'm doing DPS, is group tanks target. And then I go to him automatically. Well, not automatically, I have to click it, but I always know the top one is what the group tank is doing. But when I'm playing as an enchanter, I might sift through this and choose, where is it? My pet. So my pet is always going to be in the number 2 slot. So when I need to click on my pet instead of trying to find him as an enchanter because I need to recharm him or I know charm is wearing off. I just click there. Also, when I see this go empty, because charm did wear off, I know my pet's not on there anymore, so now I have to find him, but I can just look through the extended targets window and get him that way. What else do we have here? Group assist, raid assist 1, raid assist 2, raid assist 3. My pet, my pet's target, my mercenary's target, auto add hater targets, mana display, endurance display. You can put almost anything. There's so much variety. And X targets, extended targets, which you open up by typing in /XTAR and close it that way. Or Alt X. See, Alt X brings it up and down. Just an amazing feature. The spell window is the same, more or less. You now have, so this I just put over here. What this is it tells you what's going on, what specials are going on. So hot zones, find the latest hot zone for your level. If it's a Memorial Day weekend, you'll get some icons in here as well. It's not a big deal. I usually just put it up in the corner so it's out of the way. Songs is now a separate window from buffs. Well, effects. So positive and negative effects. I usually extend this out a bit and then move this next to it. You're not going to have more than 4 or 5 songs at most on your song bar here. So there should be a parcel vendor in here. Oh, I'm a bald dwarf. There should be a parcel vendor on here. So I actually made this character. If you left click, you can spin yourself around. You can spin the camera around yourself. If you right click, then it automatically goes back to following you and its standard third person move around. So I actually made this character to see if I could be bald and it would actually work in game, bald with no beard. And it does. And I'm not sure that's what I want to look like, but that's what I look like right now. And if I want to change it, hit I for inventory. Check this out. This is an awesome feature. And click on face. And I add hair. Oh, look, I have hair. I change the hair color. I don't want hair anymore, or I want different hair. Let me move this a little so you can see what I'm talking about. That looks a lot like Conan the Barbarian from the first movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know Arnold Schwarzenegger? So yeah, he's bald again. Facial hair. Want no facial hair? You just gotta go backwards to it. Dwarves are not normally beardless. And you can, all of these options are there. If you can have a tattoo like barbarians or Draken, you can change your tattoo. If you can have details like earrings or whatever, you can change that here. I'm going to hit cancel. Yeah, a lot of fun. I have 10 slots for bags and whatnot. Let me see if I can find a parcel vendor. Melee tomes. Melee characters now have tomes. That was actually from back in the day. But let's take off show only items. So here's something different. Let's move this over and move this into the center of the screen. Show only items I can use. Okay, that's going to take out all the melee tomes, which is this guy's bread and butter. But once we put it back in, you can look, there's songs here. Sailor's Accelerando, Burst of Fire. This is stuff people have sold him. If there's a quantity next to it, then there's only so many of those at this vendor. If there's no quantity next to it, then there's tons of things. Then there's an infinite supply. So when we actually find the melee tomes, there's going to be an infinite supply. Right now it's set up, as you can see, by item name. Bat for Batwing. So you go B, C, D. And then there's no D, there's no E. So F, Forlorn Bow. What are the stats on that? That's not a great bow. That's okay. I'm not buying it anyway. I don't have any money. Ha ha. Brand new tune. I'm already level 2. How exciting. The spells, and as you roll down, now we're getting into the melee tombs. Now, I can't use any of these. I'm a cleric, or this guy's a cleric anyway. But if you wanted Tome of Elbow Strike, Tome of Stone Throw, all melees can use this. So if I right click on it, the description window comes up. Warrior, Monk, Rogue, and Berserker can all use Tome of Stone Throw. And it just throws the stone about 5-10 feet. It's a pulling tool. I highly recommend getting something with some decent range. It does 1 damage. That's it. It's just for throwing. But some people love it, swear by it, especially when you don't have any money when you start out the game on a brand new server. So you save up the 50, the 5 silver, 50 copper, 51 copper technically. It costs to buy one of these things, probably less if your charisma is better than my 45, which it probably will be. Dwarves have very low charisma. Then you can buy a tome of throw stone, and now you have a ranged weapon that you'll never run out of. It's not very fast. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it'll pull for you in a pinch. Tome of Elbow Strike. It's a little bit more expensive. Right click on it. And again, everyone, all the melee, pure melee can use it. Strikes with your opponent with an elbow, dealing 5 damage to them. It's an additional 5 damage that you wouldn't get otherwise. It uses up your stamina bar, which is this yellow bar here, which, frankly, my stamina bar only goes down if I'm swimming too long or I jump too many times. See, I jump and it goes down. Oh, exciting. But that's actually, they turned that into a resource for melee, which is pretty cool. Tome of Blunt Axe is for Berserkers only. See? Berserkers don't come into the game until Omens of War, I think. It's a while down the road. It'll be sometime in 2025 for this new TLP. Again, Tome of Corroded Axe is for a Berserker. Tome of Focused Will Discipline. At level 10, you might want to grab this because look what it does. Focuses the energy of your will to heal your wounds. Any aggressive action you take will break your concentration. So when you're out of combat, you sit down, you bind wound, and you click Focused Will Discipline, and it helps you heal up. It's got a recharge on it, so you can't just keep hitting it over and over again, but it helps. And boy, is this game about every little bit helps or what. Again, Leg Strike and Steel Tome are both for Berserkers. We'll click on them. Look, Berserker only. Look, Berserker only. We don't need to cover that right now. But that's how, and if you want to recover, no, that's something else entirely. So, yeah. That's how basically merchants have changed. If I could have had any money to buy cleric spells, click the only items I can use. And look at all these spells I could buy. Isn't that great? That's amazing. All right, let's see if I can find a parcel vendor. I didn't even want to start here, but they wouldn't let me start anywhere else. I'm like, I want to start in Dwarf Town there, Caladim. But they wouldn't let me. Which is annoying. Oh, here's something new and different. Not the Corpse Summoner. That is new and different, but that's not in Classic, I don't think. If you hit the M key, look what happens. There's a map. You can change what labels you have on your map. What layers you have. It's not really doing much. This is a very simple map. But, yeah. Zooms in on you. Personally, I can't see this green writing. I can't read it all. Slave Revolt Camp. That green arrow there is you. And you'll notice it's an arrow, so it points in whatever direction you're moving in. If I can... there we go. So I've got it sets automatically to fade to 50%, which lets you see the green a little bit better but when you mouse over, it goes back to 100%. So I can take the base off. Yeah, I can actually check this out. Where am I at? So if I right click on the map, it makes a point on the map, and I can follow the map to that lead point. If you use the find function, which is /F, I think, or Control F, sorry, you hit find and you look for people. So I want a parcel vendor, which I don't see here. That's really obnoxious. Why wouldn't they have a parcel vendor here? You can go get missions from people. You can talk to the revolt leader, the soul binder, spells, swimming, trade skills, weapons. I thought there was a parcel vendor in here. Oh well. So let me show you how that works. So we'll go to the soul binder. Why not? Okay, so on the map now, I know I got to go this way, and I can't climb that, so I'll finish this bit of swimming here, and if you look on the screen, you will see this glowy, I'm going to take the map down. This glowy thing here, let's move over here so it has to reset so you can really see it. You actually get a glowy path without the map up, showing you how to, if you follow it, showing you how to get to wherever it wants you to go. Pretty neat. This is the, where am I? I'm in Glooming Mine Deep, which is the tutorial for the new stuff. Achievements, merchant, spells, mercenaries. Could have sworn there was a parcel vendor. Beginner missions, recruit leader. Maybe I've got to get through it. Anyway, the parcel vendor is how you send stuff back and forth to other players. Let me just check a new player. So I'll go into /1 puts me in the new players for now. So if I go to /list, just like in the old days, it tells me all the channels I'm in. Right now the only channel I'm in is in new players. So I go to new players and I'm going to say, is there a parcel vendor when I start, or do I have, or will it appear as I do the tutorial? And hopefully somebody will respond to me, because I don't want to do the tutorial. So she'll explain maps. You right click on her, or left click on her, and you hit H. And you get a thing up here. Hey, this is how maps work. Very exciting. And more about maps. So you can find group members on your map. They appear as green X's. It's pretty neat. And so let's hit the map key again. So you got your default, and I downloaded a set of maps called Brewall, or Brewall, or Brewall, or however you want to pronounce it. And the Brewall maps put these people, sometimes they're better than the static maps. Soulbinder, hot bars, swimming, armor missions, revolt leader. In the tutorial, no, and Crescent Reach, yes, there is one in the city. You can also /alt act 511 and drop into the lobby. Thanks. Okay, so we're going to drop into the lobby. But yeah, Brewals gives you more. Are better maps. I recommend you grab them. And that's when you want to start turning stuff off. Like 2 will turn off that annoying thing. Turn off the labels, so they're just dots and they pop up when you mouse over them. Like the soul binder is there, whatever. You can turn the labels back on, zoom in, and see what you're looking for. Hey, it's Abzor. He was customer service. He was a customer service representative. I was playing when he got the job and started telling us, no, everything's working as intended. There's no way to fix, there's no possible way to fix hell levels. Only there were. All right. So I've never done this before, but I'm going to try. /alt. I'm going to write this in /a. Well, that didn't work. Hey, actually it's slash this time. ALT space ACT space 511, enter. And I'm dropping into the lobby. That's cool. Of course, I don't know how to get back, but I'm not really worried about it. This guy is not a keeper. He was just a toon I created to make sure I could appear as a dwarf without a beard. As stupid as that sounds, I wanted to check. Loading. My pet did what? Preloading. Oh, I missed that one. Outfitting pigs with wings. All right. I don't know where I'm going. It's because I don't know where I'm going to hit find. I'm going to look for, hey, bankers. The bank has changed too. Huh. All right, let's bring up the map. Guild lobby. Ooh, I can go to the plane of knowledge. That's what we're going to do. But first, we're going to go to the bank. So, we will follow the magic glowy trail. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. Follow the fellow who follows a dream. Follow the river over the stream. Follow the rainbow over the stream. Follow the fellow who follows a dream. Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. So we go to the bank. This is what the bank looks like now. You get a lot more space. And look how big the shared bank is now. The shared bank is between all of your characters. Now, this is not exactly what you're going to see in the TLP. I think this comes in a later expansion. But you get lots of places to put stuff in the bank. Look at that. 12 slots. That ain't bad. Shared bank, 6 slots. So you can put a bag in here. Well, actually, you can't. Not this bag. So if we control, I'm sorry. No, that's not it either. Hold on. Alt. Alt right clicked is object preview. Alt left click brings up the description, which is good to know. No trade. So that means it's not heirloom. I cannot give this to another character because they didn't want people doing what I did as soon as I started playing on Mangler. I realized there was a shared bank, so I would take these starting bags. I would take both. You get two. You get one that comes in your bank and one that comes on your toon. And I would put them both in my shared bank. There was only 2 slots. And then I'd log into my main character, take them, put them in my bank, and delete the character I created just to do this, create a new character, put those in my shared bank, and I filled up all my shared bank slots with 8 slot bags for free. It didn't cost me any in-game currency. And I didn't advertise it. I didn't tell anyone about it, but I'm sure other people figured it out. And when Everquest caught wind of it, they made the bags you start with no trade, so you can't do that anymore, which is too bad. But you can put a bag of stuff in your shared bank on one toon, then log in with another toon and take it out of your shared bank, which is pretty cool. All right, so we're going back this way, and we are going to the plane of knowledge. And let's shrink this. Well, we'll keep it big for you guys. Forsaken Destiny, Lady Lexi. So we go through here, and you have to left click on the door. Loading. Entering the plane of knowledge. Exciting, I know. Doobie doobie doo. Oiling clockworks. Preloading character textures. Sharpening swords. Well, hiding catnip from the Bashir. Bashir's the cat race. They're not available till POP. Sorry. The expansion Planes of Power. The girl we just passed there was a Bashir Beastmaster. Alright, so this is the zone. Now you may be wondering why I like to turn labels off when I have Bruals up. Well, because you can't see anything with them on. I am actually, if you right click at the top of this map and go to alpha, I'm going to turn my faded level all the way down to 0. You don't have to do this, but I like it a lot because it makes the green arrow that you are pop out more. Look at, you can see me spinning. I'm spinning! And if you got that Star Wars joke, because it's not from Star Wars, it's from a parody of Star Wars, you're as big of a nerd as I am. Congratulations. So there's a couple of parcel vendors here, probably. I'm going to go to the one I know, who is not all the way on the other side of the zone, but you can't. So this is the little bank, and there should be one here. But, well, let's see if I can find it. So it's nice how this is in alphabetical order. So it's alphabetical order by what they do and then what their name is. And we're looking for a parcel vendor. So that's in the P section. LMNOP. Parcels and general supplies. There's 2 of them. One is not too far from me. Okay, cool. So we're going to run to that guy. Follow the yellow brick road. And we're there. Look at this little Nomi. The one I know about is over here by the big bank. Okay, so we right click on the little Nomi. Isn't he cute? I'll turn the map off. Isn't he cute? Aren't the gnomes so cute? Smallest race in Norath. Well, smallest player race. So you get stuff in here. They usually just start with just the nobles, which I don't know what the nobles are for. I never stick around that long. And I don't see one on here, so maybe it's not at this point in live. I don't know what's going on. But you'll see that soda is the only thing here that you can buy an infinite amount of. I can't. I still have no money. Little ruby crowns, rubies, you know. This is where people usually sell. Parcel vendors tend to talk to anyone. So if you're an Ixar in the new game, in Teak when it launches, you want to go to, and you want to play Old World, you go to the East Common Tunnels. There's a soul binder there, so you can bind right there. And there's a parcel vendor there, and they will sell to you. So that's something to consider. Crested Mistmore Shield. So not only is he a vendor, and what are the stats on that? This was a really good shield in Classic. It was quickly eclipsed in Kunark, but it's a really good shield in Classic. Look at those resists. And that tiny bit of AC there, that was a lot in Classic. I think the best shield in Classic had a 25 AC and was Erudite, Paladin, and Shadow Knight only, something like that. Or it was Plains, or I don't know. But 10 was very good. 15 was excellent. You didn't see anything much above 15 until you got to the end game. It's coming for crying out loud. This is a Crested Mistmore shield. It's from Mistmore. Mistmore is a 30 to 40 level zone. Well, 20 to 40 level zone. And 50 was max level in Classic. So I don't have any parcels. But if I did have parcels, they would all be here, what everybody sent me. Also, if I decide I want to send something, you just click on the item. And this changes from, I'll hit escape and do this again. So retrieve means you click on whatever's here that's been sent to you. You click on it, you hit retrieve, it goes into your inventory. Cool. But to send something, you click on it, send, and then you write in the person's name. I don't know. Smiley Face. Probably is somebody named Smiley Face. They don't want my guild note though, so we're not going to send it. So I'll back this up. Yeah, and you can send stuff to people. It doesn't cost anything. It's free to do. You can send money by clicking on the money. While you're in here, you click on, money, but there's no money to send. And then a little menu comes up, and you use that menu to tell how much money you want to put in. Yeah, it's a great system. Highly recommend using it. I love the mail system for sending info to people. Like if you've got because you can send a note. So we'll go back to Parcel Boy here, our parcel gnome. You click on this, and you can send a note with your parcel. Now you can't write a novel here. So if we just put a whole bunch of J's, that's it. That's all you can do. Okay, you can't send any more than one line of text. So we're going to close this back. We're going to empty that back out. I'm going to hit escape. So if you actually need to talk to somebody and send them information, you send it via email. I'll just make it bigger this way. Anyway, so like when I'm requesting something from somebody, like I got a crafter, I need to make me something, or somebody makes an advertisement and says, hey, I'm selling spells, and they'll do that, in the text area here in the, OOC or group chat or class chat. There's all sorts of chat channels eventually. Right now, we are in still just new players, which is fine. I'll contact them through here. You just click on somebody's name. And when was the last time somebody said something that we could actually read? Back when they told us this. So Reach says, yes, there is one in the city. So if not Reach. Carew told us something. So you just left click on them, and you can send them a tell. You can make them your target. You can send them a group invite, a raid invite. It's pretty cool. You can report them as spam. I don't recommend doing that unless it actually is spam. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, so if I'm like talking to somebody who's selling spells, will be like, hey, I need these 3 spells. How much is it going to cost? And I would write that all inbox. Where is it? Compose. Why isn't it popping up? Huh. It should pop up. Weird. It's not working for me right now, but that doesn't mean it. Maybe you can't send email until you finish the tutorial. I know you can do it from day one on the TLP. Oh, your ability to send mail has been disabled because you do not have the membership level required. Consider purchasing the all access. So it's something you only get with membership. That's fine. Anyway, this little window here, this is your target window. So if I click on Caden, he becomes my target. And then if he was targeting somebody, I would see his target in my target's target window. This is incredibly useful if you don't have an assist key set up, /assist space main is what you want to use. Or you want to target somebody else's target, like the cleric's like me, is getting beaten on, and you want to target his target, and if you don't want to click on them on the screen, you just click on them on the group, and then you click on their target's target, and boom, you're on their target. It's a very nice feature. I'm glad they implemented it. Okay, so that's parcel vendor. That's target's target. I'm sure I'm forgetting stuff. I should make Beas watch this video and tell me and do a little video of what. Hey guys, this is what Beas forgot. So, something to think about. I want to show you guys advanced loot. So, the advanced loot window, the way I know how to open it is to write /advl for advanced loot. I can probably get through it here somewhere. Inventory, actions. That's that window right there, the action window. Yeah. So when you're looting, I'm going to make this. Can I make this any? Yeah. Just going to make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see it a little bit better. There's a little bit of space there. So, and I can't seem to make that any better. So when you get an item, the item will pop up here. Whenever you don't have to click on the bodies of things you've killed anymore to loot them. a loot window, the advanced loot window will pop up. Unless you disable it, don't disable it. This is the greatest looting system, the most versatile looting system of any MMO I've ever played. But it takes a minute. It is not intuitive. It doesn't take 2 minutes, it just takes 1 minute. Okay? Well, maybe a little bit more than that. It would help if I was actually killing something right now, which I'm not. But the item will pop up here. You can just click loot it. You can click leave it. You can click always need. You can click always greed. You can click never pick it up, which means loot it all the time. If you're in a group, you'll also have the option of just need or just greed. And then it'll tell you which NPC it's on in case you want to go look at it. And you still can click the corpses of the enemies you've killed, the mobs you've killed, but you don't have to anymore. So if you always want to need something like rusty weapons, for instance, which you can, you just click always need or always greed. And need before greed is generally not done in most groups. You just need everything in most groups. Now, that may not be the case, and you guys, if it isn't, you guys will talk about it down here in the chat box. You'll do /group. I am looking for a particular item. Do you guys mind if I loot said item? Quote, question mark. Enter. You are not in a group. Talking to yourself again? I love this game. Anyway, you have 2 buttons down here. Edit filters. Edit filters will allow you to turn off things you've put before. For instance, if you want to stop needing all the time all the rusty weapons that drop because you're tired of them filling up your bags, you can turn that off here. There's also, when you're running the group, this is just as somebody who's in a group. If you're running the group, you can actually set things to roll. The master looter will go through and choose when things are actually going to roll or if they just roll automatically. That is a more in-depth video. I'd have to log on with Beas and he'd probably set up the computer screen and let him show you how to go walk through all this. And then loot settings. So here are your loot settings. Auto split coin, use advanced looting, you always want that on. Confirm remove item filter, you want that on too, generally. Auto remove looted lore items. That way this doesn't fill up with stuff you can't pick up. You can't pick up more than one of a lore item, so it takes it right out of the window. Show, if you already have one, it takes it right out of the window. It doesn't remove all lore items, just ones you've looted before, hence remove looted lore items. Auto show loot window, that means this pops up whenever, and show on new items only. Whenever there's a new item for you to choose what you want to do with it, this will pop up. Yeah. Auto loot all, that just means you take everything. I don't recommend doing that, but you can if you want to. There's a lot of stuff you just don't want, especially no drop stuff that's for a quest that your class can't do. You don't want that stuff, but you're going to figure that out as you go. Okay, that's the advanced loot system. I'm trying to think of what other quality of life. Oh, you can't take fall. It's very, very hard to take fall damage nowadays. They changed how gravity works. So I jump off here, and back in the day I would have taken like 1 damage. Now I take no damage. If I go all the way up into the library by going up these steps over here, so I go all the way up these steps. La la la. Doobie 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 doobie. You know, those look more like ramps than steps, Beas. Yeah, no kidding. Good call. Sorry. I am now really high up. So I run over here to the ramp that goes down. Also, Q starts auto combat, or your auto attack. I should be able to, nope, the walls are too high. All right. Anyway, if I was in Kelethan, I could just go to Kelethan. How do I get out of here? Let's go back up to where we were. I don't know this zone that well, honestly. I usually don't hang out much before. I usually leave the game before POP comes into it. I may not this year, but I expect I will. Like we said in the Why I Love Everquest, Why I Hate Everquest videos that we already recorded. I don't know when they're actually going to pop onto the channel. Um, that isn't where I want to be. Huh. Am I lost already? Okay. Yeah. So check out this fall I just did. Oops. Yay, I can fall. Let's throw the map up so you guys can watch my progress. Uh, anyway, when we did those videos, I made it pretty clear that I get tired of the game. All the things I love about it are also usually the things I don't like about it. So, um, I actually like a lot of Plane of Power, but by the time it gets here, I'm tired of all the things about the game that drive me up a wall. Like, oh, I don't know. Looking for group, all that stuff. It's a lot of other games just do it so much better, but the things EverQuest does better than anyone else, nobody else even comes close. Am I at the right city? That is Caladim. I want Kelethan. So let's find out where the Kelethan is. This is River Vale, Gukta, which is where the Froglocks are. That is not in Classic. Where is this? Caladim? No, I guess this is Kelethan. Yeah, now that I'm not zoomed in so tight, I can read it. So you just left click on it, and we will be in Kelethan.
Entering the greater Fade Arc.
Fey Dark.
Fade Arc.
I just call it G-Fey. I had a whole parody, because this came out around the same time that Backstreet Boys song, I Want It That Way. And we turned it into I'm lost in, not from I Want It That Way. I want it that way. We turned it into I'm lost in G-Fay. Tell me where am I heading? Going? I've lost my lost heading. There is no map in this game. Because there wasn't in Classic. I'm lost in G-Fay. I'm lost in G-Fay. Anyway. Oops. This is what we do. Okay. Look, it's Guard Brookrock. Now, this is something that they actually had working back in 1999 when the game first came out. You click on that and the elevator comes down. Nowadays, you're like, why do you have to click on it? Because it wasn't automated. But it worked. This actually, they were able to get this to work was pretty impressive. So you've got all these people here now. Where am I even going? Oh, I'm going to jump off and show you don't take damage anymore. Well, let me get a little bit higher. I'm going to head to the bank. Which I think I'm going the right way. Yeah, I am. I think. Oh, yeah, I definitely am. I have played this game for so many hours. If you drop me somewhere in Old World, I almost always know exactly where I am. And somebody made a web browser game of that, by the way. It's called, I think, eq.guesser.com. Oh, look, I'm at the banker. And the parcel vendor is usually right next to the banker. Now, people don't come to Kelethan much. So, like, if we do /who for the zone, There's one person in Kelitha in the zone of G-Fey now. And when the TLP launches, there'll be tons of people in G-Fey. But right now, it's just me. So yeah. Anyway, I'm higher up now. So let's click on the door to open the door. We go through. Let's get a little bit higher. Now, it used to be if you fell off the ramp in Kelithan, which could happen if you even just hit a lag spike. Since we were on dial-up modems, that was fairly often. So I'm about as high as you can get. You can probably, there's 3 levels. I think I'm at level 3 right now. It might be able to get a little bit higher, but we don't want to get higher. We want to get down. Get down, get down. Woo! I love the fact that I do a tumbling jump as a dwarf. And look at all the damage I didn't take. I'm going to throw a little courage on myself. And a buff comes into the window. And you can right click on it and it'll tell you remove this buff, show spell information. So let's show spell information. On you, you feel a rush of courage. Another so-and-so looks courageous. Wears off, you feel less courageous. So provides your target with a sense of courage, increasing their hit points and armor class for 27 minutes. Well, this was only 15. I feel a little ripped off now. So I'm in G-Fey. There's actually a really good newbie area right over here. If I'm going the right way, I can't tell with all the green on the map. Look, it's Caldona Bell. I don't know who that is. I just find it hilarious because one of Beas' nicknames is Caldone. I might have to tell him about Caldona Bell if he doesn't know. This guy really wants to buy Chrono for 5 million each. All right, check this out. Large Sylvian bat. See how it's yellow around here? This is the same as back in the day. You hit C, you cons it, it's level 5. I'm level 2. I'm going to get my butt kicked if I fight him, but look over here. Con, oops, click. Con. Decaying skeleton, level 1. Looks risky, but you might win this fight. So I go up to him and I hit Q to auto attack. And he's already done me some damage, but I've already done him more damage. So right now I'm the target of his target. So if I can get him all killified, I can heal myself. And we'll see how the advanced loot should pop up. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is what the advanced loot looks like. So these are, if you mouse over it, bone chips. You right click on it, it tells you how many there are. So I'm going to click off that. Now bone chips are something I'm always going to want because they sell okay because necromancers use them as a spell component for summoning their pets. So do shadow knights. And I could just click loot and take these, but I'm going to click always need. Now whenever I drop bone chips, so we'll kill another skeleton after we check out this Sylvan Bat. Con him. He's level 1. We're going to fight him. You should be able to hear the music playing, I hope. So we fight him. Come on. Sometimes you got to follow him. Now he didn't drop anything. Okay, let's fight this decaying skeleton. He's an even con. He's white. Now, normally I'd be worried about another mob walking this close, because look how close that guy is. But I'm in a newbie zone, so none of these guys are going to aggro on me. Ooh, I am damaged. I forgot to heal in between fights. And he's an even con, so I'd have less of a chance of hitting him. There we go. Come on! I'm glad the pixie's not attacking me. Come on. I don't have any damaging spells right now because I can't afford them. Oof. Alright. I killed him. I'm going to hit F1 to target myself, and Alt-1 will cast my healing spell. And now I'm going to cast it again. Notice how my mana bar is going down, but my health is going up. cool. So notice how I looted bone chips from him without actually touching the corpse. That's pretty cool, because I set them to always need. So he's an even con, that'll be a hard fight. He's an even con, that'll be a hard fight. But we'll do that again. Beware my baldness. The bald dwarf is coming for you, skeletons. This is stupid. Sorry. Not the game, just the idiotic things I say to, keep the air from being dead. Okay, so here's something new. So I automatically looted the bone chips. That's good. Here's something new. What is it? Cloth gloves. Okay. I'm going to put always need. Actually, I'll just hit loot this time. Loot. They come and I put them on. But if you hit Alt, is it Alt? Alt left click, you'll see that all classes can wear it, but there are no dwarves here. It's human, barbarian, erudite, elf, high elf, dark elf, half elf, troll, ogre, Ixar, Vashir, froglock, and Draken. Draken don't come into the game until much, much later. So, and if you look closely, you'll see it has a yellow background. Excuse me. That yellow background means it's not doing anything for me. So I'm going to click it off. I'm going to put it in my inventory. And I'm going to escape out. I don't really need to heal myself, so I'm going to take on a decaying skeleton. And yes, this is the game. This is a very, very early part of the game, but this is the game. So you don't need to look at your book to meditate anymore, at all, at any point. And I'm going to show that to you in a second. Notice how I looted my bone chips without having to do anything. So to sit, I hit Control S, or you can come over here and hit sit and put in a key. You can make a button just like you could back in the day. You hold it down for a minute, and now you got a button. You put it in the bar wherever you want it. Me, I don't need a sit button. I hit Control S. Now in a second here, it should say meditating going up. Yeah, there is. You become better at meditate. And I'm at max. So I can't improve my meditation anymore. So I hit F1 to target myself, cast myself with a little bit of healing to top off, which is a waste of mana normally, but we have the mana to waste at level 1. Look how quick that meditation was. So I start whacking on the decaying skeleton again. And I can fight the pixies, but that's going to lower my pixie faction. Actually, I might do it. This is a throwaway character. In the real game, I won't fight pixies. I don't want to lower my pixie faction because you can buy from pixies later in the game. Oh, this is not good. I'm at half health, she's at full health. If I get below half, because so your natural regen has been ticked up. Now it's not, it doesn't make much of a difference once you hit about level 10. It's going to play a lot like it did back in the day, but in those first 10 levels, you can count on your natural regen, even if you're not an Ixar, to take care of you. Not 100%, but it'll be a factor in how you play. How long has this been going for anyway? 1 hour and 9 minutes. This is a long video. I don't feel like it's been that long, but I can hear it in my voice when I'm talking to you guys. All right. Okay, so this is new stuff. You've got, if you hold down Alt, it'll tell you what everything is. You got a Pixie Wing and Pixie Dust. Now, all this stuff should sell. So I'm just going to hit Loot. I could hit Always Need, but I don't always need it. It's not something I really need. So, and I'm not getting a group at level 1. Everybody else went through the tutorial, in the tutorial, the Glooming Deep thing where we started, that tutorial will give you much better armor than you can get in Classic before level 30. and you'll have it coming out of the tutorial like level 10, 15. So if you're playing in that era, then by all means do the tutorial. Well, that's interesting. Fighting the pixie did not lower my pixie faction. Huh. Uh-oh. I forgot to heal. Hopefully I do a better job when I actually start playing the game. F1. Alt 1. Alt 1. And one more. Beautiful. There's a decaying skeleton with a weapon. Oh, that's another change. You couldn't do this back in Classic or P99, but if you get rusty weapons, you can actually break them down with smithing now into ore that you can use in smithing. Same thing with fine steel weapons. Those are the only kinds of weapons you can turn into ore, but that I know of. But bear that in mind if you decide you wanted to do some smithing. Stockpile your rusty weapons until you can get to a forge. So I'm going, that's a parrying dagger, which I think I can use. Warrior Cleric, all races, I can use it. Cool. So always need, what is this? Skeletal parts, that's for a quest I'm not going to do. Let's fight this orc pawn, who doesn't like me. I can't equip the parrying dagger just yet because I'm in combat. And he's gonna, if he, so one of the neat things about Everquest that was new is if the mob has a weapon in their hands, it's going to be in their inventory. And there it is. Orc hatchet and a torch. An orc head, that's for a quest I'm not going to do. And an orc skull. So I'm just going to take all of it. This is a no trade item. Are you sure you wish to loot it? No. So I don't want the orc skull because I can't sell it. I'm going to loot that. I'm going to go back to the skeleton and click on him again. And let's see if that is a no drop. It is not. That means it's probably worth very little money. But I have no money, so I'm going to go sell it in the city. Now, my inventory is not completely full, because I still have some room in this bag, but it's full enough that I'm going to go sell. And I automatically equip the parrying dagger. Nice. What does this do? I can put in my secondary and have a particle effect. So check this out. I take the torch, I put it where the parrying dagger is, and now I'm carrying a torch, which is pretty cool. But it doesn't give me any stats, so I'll just use the parrying dagger, which gives me defensive stats. AC 4. That's worth 1 point of stamina as far as melee combat or physical combat goes. And I don't know exactly where I am, so I'm going to hit the map and wait for it to fade. And I'm going to head to a ramp. That's what the ramps look like. See where my cursor is? I'll get off it so you can see it now with it to fade. That's what the ramps look like on the map. Now I don't need to go all the way to the bank, I just need to go to a vendor, and there's usually vendors on the first platform. Doobie, doobie doo. And sure enough, parcels and town crier. So if I had parcels, they would be here. And this guy tells you can buy these. And it tells you about what's going on in the world, which is kind of cool. Me, I just want to sell. And before I do, if you con your merchant, looks your way apprehensively. That means he'll sell to me, but he doesn't like me. General supplies, con. Again, apprehensively. He'll sell to me, but he doesn't really like me. Okay, I got to go to the other parcel vendor. I think I get better sales with him. So, faction meant a lot in this game back in the day. And you can, it's still part of the game. So if I come here, con him, oops. Oh, I should show you that too. Looks your way apprehensively. I'm not getting better than that here. I'd have to go back to Caledon, which is fine. So click on it, hit sell, click on it, pixie dust. I think it can be used to trade skills. Nope, there's a quest for it. I don't care. Sell it. Pixie wings, sell it. Orc hatchet, sell it. Orc head, 0C, sell it. Can't sell it, we'll destroy it later. Torch, sell it. These things, 7 copper, sell it. Now there's another thing. Notice how this sold for 7 copper, this sold for 7 copper, blah, blah, blah. But in nowadays, and you'll see this in the TLP, all of this loads up automatically. So the only way to carry more than that is to do it manually at a bank. The only way to carry more, first off, coinage doesn't weigh anything anymore. And the only way to carry bigger supplies of coin is to loot it off mobs, or at a bank, move it downward. So if you need like 15 silver for something, which you don't need to anymore at all of that's been fixed. You would, I'll show you because we're right at the bank. You would come over here to the banker, and you would take this and put it in there. But there's no need for that. And if you hold down shift to sell, you can sell in entire stacks of stuff. So normally I'd hold on to those bone chips and sell them at the bazaar or in the tunnels, the common tunnels or whatever. But since I'm about to log off this character and probably never play him again, I hold down the shift button and I hit sell, and it sells them all. And look, it updid my coinage again. That's pretty cool. All right, boys, girls, and everyone in between, all you truckers out there, this has gone on long enough. My voice is starting to get to dry out, so I am going to say adieu, adieu until we meet again. And all you truckers out there, thanks for listening, and keep on trucking, you blam blam truckers.